the Psyker from one of the Psykers from the Blackstone Fortress. So we're going to go for something similar to this one. We have painted this one. I have painted this one before. So my intention is to paint very similar to this one, okay? But instead of the green tentacle, we have this type of hole there. We're going to go for something a little bit different. So let's start with the skin, and I'm going to apply, in that case, a very light color. I'm going to apply palette witch flesh that is almost white. Okay, we are going to do that, like this, and we apply nice. We are going to apply 2 thin layers of palette witch flesh to cover the black. Okay, so I will do that. This is quite something fast to do. I do that and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to use corn red to do trousers and some other decorations to match the color pattern of my my renegades. Okay, we want to do a thin layer, so it's too thick, this one. Okay, it is the one. Okay. So we're going to apply this. Corn red should cover well over black, and here I make a mistake. I went over the metal thing. Okay, so we are going to apply corn red here. I like to do as well the neck, this part here on the sleeves, and I will do the chaos symbol in red as well. Okay, so I do that and I come back for the next step. Next step, I'm going to use Corvus black. Okay, you see where we have applied the red. Okay, and now I'm going to use Corvus black on the jacket mainly. Okay, this. So I like this Corvus black because in reality it's a very dark gray and works very well. Okay, so I will apply Corvus black and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to use iron breaker on the chains, the shoulder pad, and also the staff. So again, here there is nothing special to say. We just apply 1 layer of iron breaker. Okay, and we should have the right metal base to do the iron. So I apply that on the parts I say here, the chains, shoulder pad, the small schools here and there, and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to use wraith bone, and I will apply this where I have the fur, the belt, and the reason is I want to apply some contrast in brown to play with that, so I want to have a nice white color. Okay, so I do that. You can see it covers quite nicely, so you should not have too many problems, and I will be back for the next step. Okay, wraith bone is applied. Now go for brown to do the bell and the pistol case. Okay. We just go and paint this and then this. Okay, so I'm going to do that and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step I'm going to use Agaros Dunes. I'm going to paint in the inside. Okay, look what will be the skin or the leather of the pelt. Okay, in this part. And I'm not too concerned if I have some different tonalities. I think it will match with the intention that this is just the inside of the belt. Just try not to forget any part. And now I'm going to use first snake bite leather on the fur itself. Contour paints excel when you want to do high texturized surfaces. Is when they work the best, like the washes. Okay. Remove a little bit if there is some excess of paint. So I come with a brush, clean, and just take the paint. I think it's too much. Now I'm going to use Gorgunta fur. And this will add a different tonality in some places. We'll do this type of bottom part maybe. Now maybe we'll go for a darker one. And I will use and then we wait at this device. Okay, I will wait at this device and then I will come back for the next step. Okay, next step I'm going to use a glaze charger gray, and I will then thin down with contrast medium to make a wash, okay, or glaze in a way. So we are going to put some with chargers here. This is enough. And now we are going to take the medium. This will be enough. We mix it well. This thin down. Okay, and this with this dilution, okay, we are going to apply it on the skin. Okay, this will give a greenish tone. That will help to give this thick look. We need to be careful not to forget any part. Okay, as you can see, I did too much, so because the other I already done, but if you have done two, you can do the two with what I have done here. And now we can put as well on the metallics if you want, okay, to give a little bit of shading. Now we are going to wait this device before doing the next step. Okay, you can see how it looks like. This will give the sensation of thick skin. Okay, so we wait at this device and I'm back. Okay, this is how it looks like once the previous wash have dried. We have a little bit too much in some places, but it's not a problem. We are going to clean up later on. Now I'm going to do a second wash, and this time I'm going to use this one, Magus Purple, and we are going to give a purplish tone. So there's a way to play with the tone. We want to have different tones on the skin. Okay, and yeah. And I do the same. I use the contrast medium to thin it down. Yeah, this is enough. So I want a little bit more intensity here. Right, and we do the same. We go and we just go over. This way we are going to have a mixture of purple and bluish tones. That will give a very nice base where to start doing the highlights now and all the other work we have to do on this guy. The intention was to give a thick look, so that I think this will achieve the objective. Let me put a little bit more on the eyes here. Okay. And then the thick look, slash the demonic as well, like unnatural. He's mutated by the warp, so he cannot be healthy at all. Even if he's not killed, he will have a short life, manipulating the warp. Most of them will not last. Okay, again, I waited this device, and once it's half dry, I'm back for the next step. Next step, I'm going to use aqueous Earthshade and do a wash on the red metallics. Okay. We can go on the black, but we have to avoid to touch the skin. Important not to dirty the skin at this point. We do the wash and then I wait on this device before doing the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to start painting on the face, or working the face, and I will start by the eyes. Okay, I'm going to use Fly's yellow. And I'm going to make yellow eyes to give this demonic look. Something like that. Okay. I'm going to come with the Celeste Gray. Not Celeste Gray, no, it's going to come with Fenris Gray, and I will do the ice backs under the eye. This will help. Okay, and now I will start using again Pallid Witch Flesh. We're going to do some highlights. Okay, so we are going to we'll leave the blue things, and I think this gives a nice, like if the skin is really damaged and so on, but I will add some highlights with this almost white color. This will help to give this demonic look. The chin. I realize that he has the chaos symbol on the forehead, sorry. quite difficult to see, to be fair. We are going to do something like that. Going to highlight a little bit the hands. The head I will not highlight it much more. I like to leave the bluish things, and what we can do is we can use a little bit of celestial gray to smooth a little bit. Okay, and then we can mix it. We can keep highlighting that. We keep doing that. I'm going to add here celestial gray as well. Then come back with the witch. And we do celestial gray. Get this. This will give this esoteric look. Not what I'm going to use. I'm going to use again the Voluptuous contest paint, but not without diluting. Okay, I'm going to use this one, and we're going to put this on this type of tentacles that are popping up from his head. Okay. I'm going to go darker now on the extreme. These contest paints can be a good way to do this type of also gradients. Okay. While this is drying, I'm going to work on the red. On the red we are going to do what I do for all the reds. This time I'm going to use my Piston Red to highlight. Okay. To give like that. apply my piston red to highlight all the red. And I will be back for the next step. So this is how it looks like the red now. Okay, and I'm going to work again on the face because first I want to do with flash with yellow as we did the same color we used for the eyes. I'm going to put it here on the teeth. Okay. Now I'm going to use first I will use Bear Children. Especially for the big tentacle. Okay. I'm going to come here with Bear Children first. We are going to use as well Screamer Pink. And I'm going to use Full Glaze Pink. Okay. So first I take Full Glaze, now I will take Full Glaze Pink. And I will go just at the base of this thing. I just want to remove the transitions. Now we take the other pink. Now I use the Screamer Pink. I want to mix 50-50. Screamer Pink and Bear Children to have intermediate color. And be able to remove a little bit. Just want to remove just the bottom one. That is good, and we are going to work on the black. This is going to be the last part. Okay, let's remove the big colors from here. Let's take now Cabin Blight Zinc, Downstone, and Mini Stratum Grey. Okay, I start with the Cabin Blight Zinc. Okay, let me do one part of the jacket on camera and then I will do the rest of camera because it's a repetition of the same. So first we apply Cabin Blight Zinc. You will see that it's not, you can see, but it's not a big step change because we have painted with Corvus black, and the Corvus black have it's a little bit, it's like a very dark gray. Okay, let's do the two sides. Okay, we do like that. Now I come with the Downstone. And we are going to put it next to it. As you can see, this makes a stronger difference. Okay, and now come with the carbon blending next to it, and highlight it mix a little bit, and we have a softer transition. And finally, we are going to use administrative way. Okay, and we are going to do the same on the other side. Okay, with that, carbon blending. We're going to do this one here as a fold. And we use to finalize administrative way. And that's all. So I will finalize all the black in the same way, and I'm back. Okay, this is how it looks like now. Okay, we have done the black, and now we just need to do some cleanup. I see there I missed, there's a gap on the so just to look I don't miss anything, and this is quite easy. So for example this part here, what I need to do, I was almost forgetting, is the rivets or the things that are hanging the pelt. Okay, so what I mean is this one here, for example. There's another one here. Here, and I will also do these ones. Yes, these are more like buttons. Okay, and I will put a little bit of the same iron breaker on this shoulder pad, especially on the spikes. With the brightness, but on the other side I'm going to use no technical paint reservorized, and I will add some. I was hesitating what to do with the staff of this guy, and I think I will keep it as a metal staff, as an iron one, and I will play with the rust. So I'm going to apply a little bit of rust on this one, on this part here. Okay, I will apply a little bit here. Okay, and here. Good. Now, what I do is I'm thinning down the razor rust, so it can work more as a like a wash than really as a dry as they designed the paint. Okay, I think it makes more sense to apply it on the recess, because the rust will always start in a hiding spot, not on a part where you have friction, because if you have friction normally, even if there is some rust, it will be clean out. Okay, I'm just adding some to, this will show the corruption that he's bringing. Okay, and that's all. I think here we have, sorry, I was forgetting what, the rust. the weights. See, you always forget something. Okay. This is why sometimes when I do the pictures, I realize that sometimes I know that I miss something, and I have to bring the meter back to the table to do some corrections, or to paint something that I have missed. Okay, let's look like that. Then the other thing I'm doing is that we'll take no orange, we'll take a dark orange, 12 layer orange, and I will apply like if there is a glow. But this is only because I make this type of linings. I will apply it at the base, and I will add like if there is a glow from the ground. Okay, let's see what I mean. Here I just do very little. Okay, and then on this sphere, okay, and now it's done. Okay, so this is the tutorial on how to paint the Chaos Psyker, I will say, on the Blackstone Fortress, and similar method I use for the other one. So here you have the other one. And the other one, just I put gold on the stuff, but more or less is the same technique. Okay, so that's all for now. I hope you have enjoyed this one. Please give a like if you have liked it, share if you think other people can be interested, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.